Welcome back. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi returned back home after participating in the Paris International Conference on Libya. The president said that Egypt will always support Libya on all sides, political, security, economic levels. The president also held summit talks with the French President Emmanuel Macron, and also in addition to several meetings with several officials. Well, to shed more light on this, we have the pleasure to have this phone with His Excellency Ambassador Hussein Haridi, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Good morning, Your Excellency Ambassador Haridi.
Good morning, Madam.
Ambassador Haridi, how do you evaluate or see the outcome of the visit of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi to Paris in order to participate in the Paris conference on Libya?
Well, the international conference on Libya, hosted by France, Germany, Italy, the provisional government in Libya, and the United Nations on November 12th, I guess was successful in highlighting the conditions for a peaceful transfer of power in Libya through presidential and general elections. On the other hand, the final communique released after the meeting highlighted the need for the gradual withdrawal of all foreign forces and mercenaries on Libyan territory. And this is a basic Egyptian demand that was highlighted in the remarks that President al-Sisi delivered before the International Conference on Libya in Paris 2 days ago. On the other hand, the declaration or the statement released after the conference was very comprehensive in dealing with not only with the political situation in Libya, but also the security and financial economic situation there. As far as security is concerned, it called for the implementation of the ceasefire agreement reached in the context of the Joint Military Commission in October 2020. As far as the economy is concerned, it called for the unification of the Libyan Central Bank, as well as the unification of financial and economic institutions in Libya. I would like just to highlight two elements in this statement or this declaration. The first one is that the statement, the conference called for women empowerment, that should be an equal representation, fair representation of women in the future National Assembly of Libya. The second one is that the declaration called for the establishment of a National Reconciliation Commission. So this is a nutshell. I personally believe that the International Conference on Libya, hosted by France, Germany, Italy, the Libyan government, and the United Nations, was successful. And now let's wait and see if the elections will be held on December 24th or not.
Yes, Ambassador Haridi, how do you see also the major highlights of the President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi's address before the UNESCO 75th anniversary celebration?
Well, the relations between Egypt and UNESCO dates back to 1945, and I should stress the fact that UNESCO played a very important role in saving Egyptian temples when we were built from being submerged by the Nile water when we were building the Aswan High Dam. So relations between Egypt and UNESCO really are very important from an Egyptian point of view, and also from the point of view of UNESCO, in as much as some sites in Egypt are considered by the UNESCO as a common heritage of mankind. So I guess the remarks delivered by President Sisi reflected the importance that Egypt attaches to UNESCO, to cooperating with UNESCO. And I guess that his remarks highlight the way Egypt would work with the UNESCO in saving and in protecting and defending the common cultural heritage of mankind, whether in Egypt or in other places in the world.
Yes, Your Excellency, Ambassador Haridi, also, how do you see the timing of this conference as President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi attended this conference in Paris on Libya? And also, how do you see this conference in comparison to the previous conferences in Paris?
Well, Egypt was invited to this conference for several reasons. The most important of which is we are a neighboring country to Libya. And of course, we have, ever since the adoption of the Berlin Declaration in January 2020, Egypt has been playing a prominent role in international, regional, Arab and African efforts in moving ahead with the implementation of the three-track political, economic, security, financial track. And in this capacity, the French government was looking forward to an active Egyptian participation. And President Macron called President Sisi last week, and he invited him to take part in this conference. This conference is the last international meet before the scheduled elections on December 24th. And as a matter of fact, France, Italy, Germany, and the Libyans called for this conference in order to give an international support, an international boost to the organization of these elections. And let's wait and see, madam, let's wait and see that from here to December 24th, events and developments in Libya, because there are some political forces within Libya that are doubting the elections, the Libyan elections law on which these elections will, in the context of which these elections will be held. So let's wait and see. I hope that this conference would really contribute positively, constructively to the peaceful transition of power in Libya.
I thank you very much for your valuable information and for joining us over the phone. Your Excellency, Ambassador Hussein Haridi, former Assistant Foreign Minister, thank you very much for joining us. Well, with this, my dear viewers, we come to the end of this episode of our program, The Breakfast Show. I'm Amal Mukhtar. Thank you for watching.